Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me in my exploration of the amazing, incredible, diverse, interesting, wide world of pens. This video is going to focus on one particular Chinese pen maker, Hongdian. And here are a few examples I just put together just to give you a range of the pens that they make, from these very decorated models to these cartridge converter, piston fill, beautiful peacock, the Canadian maple. Here's one of their earlier pens that was quite popular with this nice yellow resin. A beautiful metal pen here, very well made. And then you got a matte black one with some dark chrome. And all these are inked up, and all these I write with. So besides looking great, being made well, they're also very good writers. But these aren't the ones we're focusing on. Let's look at the ones we're focusing on. So these four I picked out of my many Hongdian pens to represent a current range that I really much enjoy. Here is the 8041. It's based on the Tibetan Plateau, which just was amazing to me because I learned about a geographical area in the world I never knew existed. Here's the D1, their foray into a skeleton design. Here's the impressive D5, which we're going to dive into in more detail because I have a document that describes a lot of the features of this pen. And here's a pen that D1 has been compared to, the 100. It's all metal pen, piston fill, cartridge converter. This has a great nib. It's been inked up since day one, and I write with it regularly. Nice glittery ink in there. Let's uncap them and look at the other end. So I thought I'd go a quick view of them posted. I would say one thing Hongdian pens have in common, I think basically because of their design, is they're high posters, and the caps on these metal pens can be fairly heavy, so they will be back weighted. So that's probably the one disadvantage if you're a poster. Hongdians aren't the best posters. But since I'm not a fan of posting and I don't do it very often, my pens are used at a desk, so I just take the cap off and set it upright on the desk. So here we are with a nib section. All of these four have a metal section. This one is probably more slippery than the other ones, but it's still comfortable to write with. I like the way that they put texture on the section here on the 8041, here on the D5, and on the 100 series. The other thing that's nice is all of their nibs are very well engraved, tell sometimes a story relative to the pen, but they're all number 6. I have not found a number 8 nib. A lot of the other Chinese makers are going number 8, as Jinhao broke the ice on that one. But they write very, very well, which to me is the important part. Extra fine to medium. And I'm enjoying writing with them. So viewers have said that the Hongdian wrench that came with the D5 can be used to unscrew the piston. The challenge I have is this cap is open as much as I can get it without really forcing it, and the wrench just won't fit in there. I think I see 2 slots where these wrench would work with, but can't get the wrench in there. Not really certain what the problem is, but I'm willing to live with it the way it is. I love the pen. When I first reviewed the D5, I understood it had some historical significance with all the intricate carvings on the pen, but I couldn't decipher them. A viewer of mine gave me a link to the booklet describing the first pen in the Dynasty series for the Qin Dynasty. So it described all the different elements, at least a lot of the elements of the pen. So let's start with the top finial. And apparently engraved in that finial is a beast called the Renfa beast. Supposedly resembles a sheep with black fur, 4 legs, and a single horn, which we kind of see in this artist rendition. And it's known for its ability to distinguish right from wrong, and a lot of symbolism there. If we go down to the cap, a viewer mentioned that he noticed that it looked like it was a map of the Chinese dynasties that were unified. And if we look at the barrel, the different bands are supposedly representing of different currencies that were around, and they centralized the currency. China consisted of a number of different provinces, however you want to define them, so they weren't like a unified country, and like the United States and its 13 colonies. But once they all became unified, that led to them becoming a very significant country. The other thing that's symbolized by the Qin Dynasty is the army, and there's some depictions of that. And the other thing on the cap is a Quan bird, as we see here. All these animals have a certain significance to them. If we look at the top of the cap, around that finial at the top, it's supposedly depicting the construction of the Great Wall, which was another one of the significant achievements besides the Terracotta Army. So all these things happened in the 200 BC era, quite a long time ago. And there's a lot of other different elements there in the pen, which you can read about in the booklet. So I put a link so you can download it. I put it in a share Google account. And the other thing that's nice about the booklet is it goes into great details talking about instructions for use of the pen, which is always nice when a pen maker kind of goes into detail so you can maintain your pen in optimal working condition. And cleaning is part of that. And we also hear is a reference to Hongdian quality service, and there's a QR code, which I haven't used, but maybe you will. Let us know. So I would be remiss if I didn't write with these pens, since I talk so much about how well they write. So this 231 has been inked up with the diamine glitter ink, and it's been a daily writer for me since I got it. Same ink, refilled it many times. The D1 is the newest pen addition to my pens. Extra fine nib, and it still writes great, smooth, excellent ink flow, and it has a turquoise ink from KWZ. The Q5 is the most elaborate pen that I have from them, and it seems to be low on ink. It doesn't hold much, so I have to refill it often. It still lays down a great line in the fine nib. And the 100 has also been a very consistent writer. It has a Pen BBS ink in it, Beijing, and again, decent flow, an enjoyable writer. So that's one of the things they all have in common. I enjoy writing with them, in addition to looking at them. So I hope you enjoyed this view of a bunch of pens from Hongdian. I enjoy all of them. And they make such a variety, all of such good quality, all the aspects you hopefully like in a pen. So we're going to do some closing remarks and call it a wrap. So as always, I want to thank all of you for watching. Hopefully you've had a good time. I hope this video finds everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, putting some ink down. It's fun. And this pen is one of my current best fun pens. And the ink flow is back to normal. I refilled it. So that brings us to the conclusion. We are at the end of this video. And we will say bye. Until next time.